All right.
I think there's only like 3 people. What's up, guys? Just gonna give everybody some time to join here, then we're gonna start real quick. Hey, look, My Bad Adventures is here.
Oh, I wasn't sure if he was gonna make it or not. You know, he's driving or something. Hey, Joe, what's up? The Bowie man, what's up, Bowie man?
I have my phone down here. It kicked my AirPods off the phone when like the ad came up.
I saw you talking, but I couldn't hear what you were saying. I was like, what?
Right. What's up, Shield Arms? Thank you for joining.
Yo, Shield Arms, what's up? That's my man right there.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Shield Arms.
Got some cool giveaways too, just because I am part of Damn Designs. I got a few things to give away later.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yes, I do like this. This thing is pretty sweet. The deadbolt's really cool.
I always like the look of that knife. I always like the design.
Like this is, I usually carry this one. It's just a classic, so it's like aluminum scales and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll get into it later.
Yeah, that was one of my first knives. Was the M16.
Me too. I feel like it's a lot of people's first knives just because it's a great knife.
Yeah.
But it's a quality knife for a very inexpensive price. So, is anybody else going to join us here? If not, I don't care. I'll start. I'll wait a couple minutes here. I was just waiting because people are like, "Oh shit."
I feel like with CRKT knives, like a lot of people dive into that first because like when you get in knives, you start looking at all these things, and you can go to like Lowe's or like Walmart carries them. You know what I mean? So
sure.
It's usually your first taste.
What's up, Lonely Stacker? Thank you for joining us. So what you got all there? Oh, okay.
Native Chief and Rex 45. That's what I'm carrying today.
Nice.
I have a whole bunch of knives in the car. I left them all behind. I just have the Axial knives with me right now.
Cool. Yeah, definitely.
You know,
yeah, that's perfect because we'll talk OTFs later when we start talking about like bad knives and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Sure.
Scott
N, what's up, Scott N? Okay, so my wife makes fun of me because I always say "what's up" to everybody. It's like I got to change it up and say something else, be like "howdy" or "hey."
Howdy.
Hi, y'all. Well, as people trickle in, we'll get started. So good. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy hump day. This is Salty Redcorn of Brothers of the Knives channel. He's an up-and-coming channel. He's also a fellow affiliate with Axial with me. So, we have our Axial OTFs on us all the time.
That's right.
Great USA-made alternative to, Microtech and Guardian Tactical. Actions are very, very close. Dividing the two of Guardian Tactical and Microtech, Axials go right in between, and they're a great alternative. Well, howdy, Napster Ninja. See? Wifey, I didn't say what's up. So there you go.
My Bad Adventure says, no, don't talk like me.
What did Lonely Stacker say? The first knife that made me think, well, knives have changed was Kershaw from Walmart. Like, yeah, Kershaw knives back then, like the Leak and the Knockout, the Link, all those assisted knives are really cool and kind of innovative. It was mind-blowing to just slightly actuate a knife and all of a sudden it just springs open, and it's not illegal because it's not automatic. So
that's right.
Sure, 100% on that one. Yeah, and it's around like $23 for those two.
I have to say the Speed Safe is a really good version of assisted too. It's really a nice smooth action, and you don't have a lot of spring tension on the way back down. So
agreed. It's almost like legitimately what it means, assisted. Some of them are kind of overpowering, like this one, the new M16s. It's assisted, but it's not to the point where, as you saw how quickly that came out, I can do that with the manual. It's the same speed, and it's not it's not too mushy, but. Everybody loves a drop shutty now, but with that, see, you can't even drop shutty it. You actually have to close it by hand. So let's do a quick pocket check. So what have you been carrying today?
So today I'm carrying the Spyderco Native Chief, and I carry this one a lot because it's a nice slicey blade. It's definitely a longer blade, being closer to 4 inches, but it's really thin and slicey. I do a lot of food cutting and stuff like that. So this is a nice lightweight knife. It's in Rex 45, so it's in a good steel that I really enjoy carrying this one. And I'm a Spyderco fanboy, so.
Do you get a hold of one of the Rex Shamans this year?
I don't have a Rex Shaman. I have the Z-Wear Shaman, and I have an S30V Shaman. My friend Shield Arms has got one of those Rex ones, and he's holding on to it for dear life.
Does he? Cool.
Yeah.
I got one too, so I'm holding on to that. It kicked me off of my phone. I wanted to kind of watch on my phone, but oh well. It's all right. One less item on the Wi-Fi for
Wi-Fi. Stealing that Wi-Fi. I'm also carrying the Axial Gear pinch bar. If you watch my channel, you know that since the day I got this, I've been carrying this in my pocket every day. And this was something that I used to kind of like poke fun at. People had the pry bars, EDC pry bars. I didn't really see the need for it until I got one in my hands. And then once I got one, I find a use for this thing every single day. I mean, you can see it's pretty beat up and worn, and I've been really putting some use to this thing, from prying nails, opening paint cans, all types of stuff.
Well, see, so you're starting to open your second location, and you're
Right.
Building stuff like that. So do you think if you didn't have those tasks at hand, would you actually use that every day?
I do think I would do. There's lots of stuff, like for instance, like Christmas time, opening up kids' presents. There was a lot of stuff. Like there was kids running around, and some of those plastic zip ties and stuff on the kids' toys. I didn't want to have my knife out, So this thing, you can pop zip ties with this thing like no problem.
Absolutely, use the bottle opener. Yeah.
Exactly. For every, I definitely, if I wasn't doing construction, I would still find a use for this thing every single day, for sure.
So, Lonely Stacker, what part of Michigan are you in? Because I'm in Michigan, if you don't know already. Oh, and for the ones that have joined us, I had a surprise for everybody, but I'm just going to start it now. If you haven't gotten a Kermode pre-order yet and you still want one, during the live only, and only during the live, you get $25 off either one. Let me make sure that's actually activated on the website real quick before I shoot myself in the foot here.
Let me just say, I got my Kermode pre-order in, and I am so excited to get this knife in my hand. It looks like an amazing knife, amazing piece of cutlery, and I can't wait. I'm excited I got my pre-order in for sure.
I'm actually waiting for a review from you. I'm very excited to see like once you actually get it in hand, because you know how when you see knives on the website or on a review, it's still kind of like, I don't know if it's gonna fit my hand, if the stuff is all up to par to what they always say. But all right, guys, so that discount is active and will remain active for the duration of this live. So if you still want to get a Kermode Magna Cut handmade 100% knife from Michigan, they are $25 off. So that means the Maple Burl is $260 instead of $285, and the micarta is $250 instead of $275. So if you guys want it, go for it. It's there for you.
That's a deal. You see a lot of these new knives that are coming out in Magna Cut, and they're pumping the prices way up there. That's what I thought was cool about yours, was that you're keeping it like at an attainable place.
Thank you. Yeah, Hogue's doing that too. The Deca, Hogue is coming out with a Magna Cut version for $150. It's insane.
Right.
Like, that's unheard of. It's a budget. Well, for us, it's a budget knife. For many, that's still a high-end knife. But it's a budget knife with Magna Cut and done by a USA-made company. So it's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
I think it's pretty cool.
And Hogue does really good stuff. Really nice knives.
Oh, yeah, they do. Whoa. Oh.
Hogue knives have some of the best edges that I've seen from the factory from any other knife company.
Really? So,
yeah.
Sorry to say this, but I actually don't have one. I have a deck on the way from White Mountain Knives, and I'm actually pretty excited because of the whole announcement. And Lonely Stacker says from Sterling Heights. Wow, you're like an hour away from me. That's awesome. Pretty cool. Let's see if anyone else joined us. Joe's here. Hey, Joe, how's it going this evening? Oh, he's got the Guardian Tactical too. So do you have a Guardian Tactical, Redcorn?
I do not have a Guardian Tactical, and I do not have a Microtech anymore. I used to have a Combat Trudon when I first started getting back, like more heavy into real knives. I bought a Combat Trudon, and I had some issues with it, like firing. To be completely honest, like it worked great for a while, and once I had it for about a month and a half, 2 months, like it just failed almost every single time. So I actually sent it back to him. I told him to keep it. And, I've since tried out some other ones that I did have some really good luck with. I did like the Ultratech a lot. I borrowed one from a friend, and I had some experience with the Halo 5. That's probably my favorite Microtech, is the Halo 5 single action OTF. It's a huge single action OTF. And I just think it's awesome. I think it's great. I wish it had a pocket clip, but other than that, man, I love it.
Right. Doesn't it come with like a little
it comes with the Kydex. Yeah, it comes with the Kydex sheath, which is cool, but it would be really nice to hold it in pocket though.
Yeah, so both of us are tactical fathers. What, with your business and everything, what got you into the YouTube channel?
The YouTube channel?
Yeah.
So originally I had started getting into knives, and I started, looking at like some other YouTubers, and I got into like Discord, right? I started doing the Discord knife thing. And, I kind of just wanted to share like my knife experiences with my friends that I made on Discord. And I thought the best way to do that was just to make some YouTube videos. And I kind of just did it as a joke at first, playing around just so I could show those guys what I was doing. And it kind of just took off. I mean, people, wanted to see more. And then, next thing you know, there's people that want to send me knives to review. And I'm really lucky to have a lot of people that are willing to send me stuff to review, because, this gets expensive if you don't.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If you don't have to hook up for knives, this can definitely get very expensive. And Dusty, here's the link for you. I'll send it to you guys in the chat.
Dusty, what up, man?
www.tacticaleverydaydad.com and go right to the store, the store button, and go right to tools. Or tools will be all the knives for you. The reason I say tools, because we'll have pry bars and stuff like that later on too. And yeah,
Lonely Stacker, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that. Awesome.
Definitely. Yeah, everybody in the chat, if you guys haven't subbed to Salty Redcorn's channel yet, please do. I'll actually put his channel here real quick for you, so we have it. You have a custom link now, right, for your channel? A custom URL?
I don't know.
That's right here. We'll find out in a second. Let me see. Let me see if you do. I'll put up in the chat there for you. So yeah, so that's what got you in there. And then how far are you guys away from finishing your second location?
So yeah, we have a wellness business. My wife and I own a wellness business. We moved down to North Carolina. I was a commercial fisherman before I did any of this stuff.
That's right. You told me that.
Commercial fishing boats, yeah. And we wanted to start a salt cave. That's people call me Salty Redcorn. We wanted to start a salt cave. So I've been working on this second location now for about 3 or 4 months. I'm hoping to open by the middle of March. I'm hoping to be open. So big push for that. It's been a lot of work. So I'm definitely putting a lot of time into that. So
that's good.
So
tell me about your experience of, okay, so you were a fisherman before. How, were you gone at months at a time, and
yeah. So I would probably spend 3 weeks out of the month at sea. We would basically go out for anywhere between a week to 7 days, and then I'd come home and I'd be in for about, anywhere from 12 to 18 hours. I'd be home on land, and then I'd turn around and go right back out. And we'd do 3 trips on, 1 trip off. So basically 3 weeks out of the month, I'd be in the ocean. And when I was younger, that was fine. You know what I mean? When I was younger, that was fine. Like before I had my first son. And really, I've had some close calls at sea. It's a dangerous job, and I've even lost a couple of friends.
Definitely.
I've even lost a couple of friends doing that job. Yeah. So once I had my first son, I was like, I'm not risking my life anymore. Let's do something different. Because my being a dad is what comes first for me. That's my number one priority. So, yeah.
Well, that's going to kind of segue into kind of what tonight's video kind of live is all about, is, being a tactical everyday father, and how knives kind of play a part of that too. Have you introduced your children to knives? Your kids seen you use knives, seen your videos, asked you a question about knives and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. My 4-year-old is you know, it's so funny. He knows that I love knives. You know, he's seen me do videos. He calls me Salty Redcorn sometimes, and it's hilarious. And he's gotten into drawing. He really likes to draw. Drawing is a big thing right now. And you know, he's like, Dad, let's design a knife. And he sits there and he draws like knives, and he puts the little spider on it. And he's like, look at this Spyderco I made. And yeah, you know, and for Christmas I got him one of those the plastic glow in the dark Spyderco Delica 4, you know. So we put that together, and I'm teaching him knife safety with it. You know, I'm teaching him like where to grab it, not to grab the blade, and you know, just responsibility and stuff like that. So,
well, definitely, you know, like especially with the way we do things, and knives being sent to you, and you getting knives all the time. These are laying down on the table all the time, and it's great to teach your children knife safety. I have a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old, and the 2-year-old has actually handled a knife and handled it properly, of course with supervision. But he has he called his Play-Doh knife. He'll run around the house because he's like, this is like Dada's knife, cutting his Play-Doh and stuff like that.
Right.
For sure. So how come you like the Kermode so much? Just talking knives here. Like, what drew you to that design out of all 3 of my designs?
All right, so I wasn't always so into fixed blade knives, and I just, you know, happened to start getting into fixed blades. I really liked a lot of the Bark Rivers, and you know, some of those ones that had the handmade touch. And I really, when you showed me your designs, I like Tantos, right? I'm a big Tanto guy, and I really just saw the design, and I like the shape of the blade because it's not so angular that it's just crazy. It looks very useful. That sweeping upward belly looks like it's just really useful, and the handle looks like it really melts in. And I really like the materials that you were using. I like the fact that it's made in the United States. I like that there's different options. I like that there's going to be lots of different sprint runs. So, I mean, initially, I chose that one over the Grizzlar because one, that one was initially in MagnaCut, and two, that one looks like it's going to be a fit for my hand. I have bigger than normal hands. My hands are kind of big, so
yeah, definitely. I wear size large gloves too, and
yeah, that looks like it's going to just melt right in. It just looks so good. It really does.
Yeah, and Mrs. Salty Redcorn can use this too, just because I had my wife help me kind of design and finalize the handle because she's a really small lady. She's 5 foot nothing, so of course her hand is like, you know, if you had a K bar or something, it's gonna be like a freaking bat in her hand.
Sword, yeah.
Yeah, but this one, you know, it still will kind of melt, like you said, into your hand. Has a slight palm swell, kind of an index finger groove, not groove, but a little indent again. And let me just kind of blow this up so everybody can kind of see it real quick here. So right there with the maple. There we go. Of course, your teddy bear logo. And the first ones are going to be marked first edition 1 of 15. We probably won't make the maple burl ones anymore, but we'll still make other variants. But if you want the maple, nice, sexy maple burl there, there's only, I think, 5 left. So definitely jump on there and grab it. The pre-order will end Saturday. There's 5 left out of 15, but if we don't sell all of them, we probably will just make what we sell, because, you know, we'll save the steel for other things. Because again, this is MagnaCut, and, you know, MagnaCut is still hard to come by, but it's still, you know, it's easy as well to get, but not as easy as other steels. So if you do want one, definitely go grab one of those guys.
What you said before about Mrs. Redcorn using knives, like, that's 100% true. So my wife is a really hard knife user. Like, she really likes knives, and she really puts them to work in the garden. And I mean, man, she can really beat on a knife, dude. And that's
definitely in the garden too, chopping weeds and
my gosh,
and
all
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my wife didn't want me to tell the story to you guys, but I'm going to tell it because, you know, we're talking about our wives and using knives. So once I started the channel last April, I was always a knife fanatic. I collect knives, had knives. I would sit there before bed with my OTF clicking, and she'd be like, "Stop doing that. It's so annoying." Now doing the channel, she's gotten to using knives. She goes through my knives and kind of like picks stuff out. She loves like the Western Allman. She loves the baby banter. So today she was trying to show off to me and was like cutting open like food packaging and stuff like that with her baby banter, like flipping it and, like, you know, looking like a pro. And then she goes to close it, she chops her finger off, like not her finger, she chops her pinky finger and starts bleeding. I'm just like, that's going in the live tonight. And she's like, no.
Oh
Like,
no.
well, here we go. It's in the live.
Listen,
Oh,
it happens.
man.
If you play with knives, you're gonna get cut. I mean, that's
Right,
just the
definitely.
bottom line.
Well, Zach, sir, thank you so much. ESKFS,
Zach,
do
what's up,
something
Zach?
nice for someone. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it so much, and thank you for joining this evening.
Oh, look, I see in the comments, Shield Arm says Salty's favorite Spyderco is the Tatanka. And that's a sarcastic comment because I don't know if you know what the Spyderco Tatanka is, but it's like a 5-inch blade. It's a massive Spyderco with like a back lock, but it's more of like a triad lock.
Dang.
He sent it to me a long time ago to try out, like before YouTube. And I opened it out of the box, thumbed it open, and then I went to kind of close it. When I close the backlock Spyderco, I push the lock and I fling it around the side of my hand and I kind of shut it. Well, this thing isn't like a regular backlock; it's like a triad. So as soon as you push that lock in, it just drops, dude. And that blade is heavy. And I actually cut my finger really bad, and you can see how deformed my finger is now. Like it's like.
Oh man, yeah.
I cut the tendon up here, so it let the tendon loose, and now that tendon's just severed forever. And that's kind of the price of, playing with knives, man.
Definitely. Well, a story, because I kind of made fun of her a little bit myself. I used to work at car dealerships way back when. So when I'm bored at the desk, I would be playing with a knife, flipping it. And I told you my first assisted was a Benchmade Barrage, assisted high-end knife, not like Kershaw.
Right.
And that thing kicks like an auto. So I was just kind of flipping, and somebody called my name. I flicked it. It flicked, spun, and fell right onto my thigh, blade first. And I literally was like, excuse me, everyone. Excuse me. Bolted for the bathroom.
Yeah.
Pull my slacks down, and you just see blood just.
That reminds me of Ace Ventura when he catches a spear to his leg and he's like,
like,
oh man, I can see it. I can see it now.
Yeah. So I always tell that story, and I wanted to throw this one up too. Where was it? I didn't want to cut us off earlier. So Natural Ninja. So I did not know this, that Hogue is making a trainer blade. That is awesome. Are they making that, or are you just saying that just to kind of see if they actually do it? Because I know I think they actually already do make that. I think I saw that on their website.
Spyderco makes a lot of trainers.
Yeah.
Right now, I have the Yojimbo trainer at my house that I'm doing some work on for a friend. And it's interesting. If it's a knife, I don't see why it couldn't be a training knife for a kid too. It's like, I know that they make them for like tactical training and stuff like that, but it's a knife without a blade. So
exactly. If you want to have like firearms, knives, fireworks, fire, like anything dangerous, if you expose children to them early and actually teach them how to safely be around them, and then once they are responsible enough to use them, it's better than just kind of shunning them away from it until
100%
a responsible age. And then all of a sudden, when they're 11, they're finally getting to touch a knife, and then the first thing they do is
or if they're in the scenario where they're at somebody else's house. Maybe they're visiting a friend's house and their kids don't know about that, and they start to play with a knife or a gun. Your kids are going to be able to say, "Hey, whoa, man, that's dangerous. Right. That's not how you do that."
Be like, put that down. I'm leaving the room.
I agree with that 100%, man. That's a very good point. Good topic there.
Oh, for sure. Like, especially these days, kids just seem to know more, but at the same time, not know more. Like, they'll know how to like open doors at an earlier age, work iPads and stuff like that, but they still don't know the concept of like right and wrong. And like, if they see this laying on the counter, I have sometimes laid a kitchen knife there, or if my wife accidentally forgets to move it up and it's on a drying mat, like, I immediately will move it, because a kitchen knife is 7 inches long.
Yeah.
It's sitting there. Your toddler is probably like eye level with the counter, and they're going to try and reach it because it's a shiny object. Kids love shiny objects. And, God forbid, it slides down and just falls, and that's a 7-inch blade.
Yeah, that's chopping off a toe or something. You're going to the emergency room either way.
Definitely. So since we are both knife channels, let's talk OTFs real quick since we're tactical dads. So what is your opinion on OTF? You know, is it a practical knife or is it not a practical knife?
So the more and more that I carry one, I find it to be extremely practical. You know, it's not like an outdoors knife. You're not going to go like bushcrafting. Although this particular Axial, I've been putting a beating on this knife, just testing it, trying to break it. You know, this was a gift from My Bad Adventures, and it seems really great. What I like about it is the ease of opening and closing, because like we talked about, we're both dads. When you're a dad, 9 times out of 10, you got your hands full. Either you're loaded down with, you know, diaper bags and gear and food, and maybe a kid or two in one hand. In the event that you need to cut something, you know, this thing comes in and out, and in a flash, and you're done. Your cut's done before anybody reaches for it. It's back in the sheath. And I also think that this is very child friendly, because if you did have this out on the counter, the chances of them actually being able to push past that point and get it to open is probably slim to none. It would take a lot of force for a small child to open a knife like that. So
that's a great point. No, absolutely, because even some individuals, men, women, whoever, actually still have issues like actually activating this.
My wife has trouble opening them. So yeah,
same. But my wife does too. Like she can get Guardian Tactical. This one, she still has a little bit of tough time doing it.
Right.
Ultratex.
No way.
No go.
Yeah.
So Zach actually confirmed that Hogue has a trainer for the DECA. So I think for my son's Christmas present next year, I'm going to get him one so he can sit there and play with it. We're actually going to put him in Taekwondo tomorrow. He's still 2, but turning 3 in a little bit. So we want to get him started young. So
that's great. My oldest son, Maximus, is going to be doing jujitsu soon. So
nice.
Yeah, I think it's just a good thing to, teach kids discipline and responsibility and stuff. It's always nice to just kind of place them in those scenarios to learn those kind of things young. So, that's awesome.
So talking OTF, how do you feel about a new Benchmade coming out? It's I forget what it's called.
Yeah,
the shootout.
Right. Yeah, the shootout. All right. So I first saw it on Instagram, and I said, "Wow, that's really cool." I assumed that it was aluminum, but then I learned that it was actually the CF Elite, and it's a nice thin crew wear blade. So I'm initially drawn to the materials. Mm-hmm. I do like the shape of the handle, and I'm definitely interested in it. It's definitely priced a little high, but that's kind of what you get with Benchmade. I don't think it's priced too high, but I think it's just it's up there. But most American OTFs are up there, so I mean, it's definitely really cool. I've never seen a crew wear OTF, and I like the colors. I like the coating. I think it's definitely going to be a contender this year for sure.
Definitely. So with theirs. I saw that the mechanism is actually a very sharp and steep kind of ramp.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that is. And then Zach just said, let's see here, the shootout is pretty lightweight and the action is on point. So Zach is pretty much like the expert on Benchmades.
Definitely. Definitely.
He's always got his.
And Zach was just at SHOT Show, so he probably handled one of those shootouts. So.
He mentioned that it has a distinct noise when you actually shoot it out. So like he said that they fine tuned it so when it sounds like a Benchmade OTF now. Like you can
I did hear that. I like the way that it's shaped. I like that it's got a little bit different of a shape. Normally these OTFs are all just kind of a straight line. Mm-hmm. With a variation on, finger grooves or whatever. But I like that they've taken that and added some contour to it and gave it, a different type of shape that you normally don't see. So I think that's cool.
Oh, no, definitely. I definitely agree with that. And then, because I mentioned this, what is your take on, assisted knives? Since you were an automatic guy, you love automatics, OTs, stuff like that. What's your take on assisted?
So my take on assisted knives are, from a legal standpoint, I think that they fall into a category where they're some people, that's what they can carry, right? Some people can't have automatic knives in the states they live in. So I think that it's great for them. For me personally, I would either have a manual knife or an automatic knife. Personally, I don't like the in-between. And I'm not, downing any assisted knives, because there's a ton of assisted knives out there that I definitely want to try. The CRKT Ritual, that weird looking blade from Alan Foltz, dude, that's something I definitely want to try that thing out, dude. I think that thing's really kind of neat, because it's out of the box. It's not something you always see. And it's assisted, and I think certain companies do assisted better, right? I think CRKT does a great job, especially with some of their newer stuff, because you're not fighting it really hard on the way down. Right. Some of the older ones that were being made, you had to like really fight them, to get them down. And that was always kind of a downside for me. But some of these newer ones, they're really perfecting it, just like that. Yeah, see, then that looks just fine. You're not fighting it all the way. It's just a little bit of tension down at the bottom, and that's about it. So I think they have a place, definitely.
Oh, they do, definitely. Like the mini barrage I was telling you, that's an extreme. It hits as hard as almost a Pro-Tech, but it's really assisted. And I had my wife try it out. It flung out of her hand, just like it did when I was. But like, luckily, it didn't hit anything. I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like, I'm trying to catch up. I'm like, "Wait, that's a knife. Don't try and catch that." So that kind of plays into like one of the questions I was going to actually ask you. As like, do you plan your EDC each day? Is like, each piece have a purpose and what you use it for? Like you said, you have the pry bar, and then
well,
do you have an OTF all the time or something like that?
I get where you're going with that. So I have a ton of watches, I have a ton of knives, and I have some flashlights. So I always make it a point to have the things that I need on me. Like, I always wear a watch, even though it's not something I need. It's something that I enjoy, and it's also easy. It's a tool thing for me. It's just I can look at it on my wrist. So always have a watch. And I always carry this pry bar now every single day. And I always carry a small flashlight, something like this O-light, just an i3T, just a really small O-light, nothing crazy. But this has been so handy for me since I started carrying a flashlight. I mean, it's been like, why didn't I carry one every day before?
No, 100% on that topic, because I used to make fun of people that carry flashlights, but now I carry it too.
Well, that's the same thing with me. I was like, oh yeah, what do you need a flashlight for? Why do you have all that stuff on you? You know what I mean? But like, now, I just do. I also always carry a small fixed blade knife now. Always with a small fixed blade, either on my belt or something. There you go. That's the one. Either on my belt or in my pocket. I don't always carry a folder these days. I always carry a firearm and just kind of the essential stuff that I need. I use a knife a lot. Being a knife guy, I mean, obviously I use knives for,
everything.
Probably more than I need to, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, for sure. Definitely those things. And I like to have a lot of different versions. So like I said, I have a bunch of knives, I have a bunch of watches, and I like to mix them up, you know what I mean? Because it really, being able to change them up every single day, or sometimes even twice a day, you know what I mean? It just keeps it fresh. It keeps it fresh. It keeps things from getting stale. And different pieces have different occasions, and it makes it fun. Because as a man, you don't have, it's not like a woman has all these different things to accessorize themselves with, right? But as a man, it gives you, fun to play with. You know what I mean? You can kind of dress for the occasion, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
100%. Yeah, I always make sure I have an OTF. I wear Vertex jeans, or if anybody's familiar with like 511 jeans, they have the magazine pocket right in between your normal pocket and your back pocket. There's like a magazine pocket for AR mags, stuff like that. The OTF lives in that. Like, if I hang my pants up after the day, it's an OTF to stay in there, and then of course just a normal folder, and then a fixed blade as well. Michigan, you're not really supposed to carry a fixed blade, and all, but whatever. So just want to say hello, Gene and Kayla. Thank you for joining us.
Howdy.
Howdy, right? I can't say what's up anymore because my wife makes fun of me. So again, I just want to throw your link in there. If you aren't subscribed to his channel, I'm still trying to figure out how to do all this stuff for live stream. So this is a link to one of his channels. Go check it out, because you need to watch a video anyway of the channel to help out his channel, and then you subscribe. So subscribe, like the video, watch the video, give him some view hours, because then he gets monetized in a little while.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to get up there so that we can, I can start doing live streams and just kind of make this a more serious thing. Like it's just something that I really enjoy. Knives are my passion, so it feels good to be able to try these things out and just give my honest opinion on there because not to down anybody, but like sometimes you watch videos on whether it's knives or whatever. Some of these things can be kind of convoluted, you know what I mean? Almost just like a pure sales pitch. But I think that it's important that we give honest opinions on these things, just to give people a taste of what they're really going to get when they try one of these things out.
No, I'm the same way. That's the reason I kind of started the channel because, I watch everybody's before I even started this. I watch Zach's, I watch Big Red AC, I watch Metal Gear Complex, I watch Nick Shabazz, A Therapeutic Edge, all those channels I watched. And I kind of actually took the best parts of everybody's and kind of made it into my own thing. There wasn't many channels that I found that showed the whole box. I'm a weirdo. I want to see what the knife comes in. Okay, this is a CRJB. They come in kind of just your normal box, but then you have like Benchmade who comes in like a nice, more upgraded box with foam inside, or you come out with like Tuya stuff. Is it an actual like armored case? Is what you get knives from,
right?
And so I'm a weirdo. Like,
I like the testing that you do. I like the testing that you do on your channel. It's like real world testing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
The seatbelt cuts, like all that, cutting water bottles. Like I love that testing. I think that's awesome.
Well, see, the reason I did that because I never had an Ultratech before because, back then I didn't spend more than $50 on a knife. This is like $300. I think it's more now with the inflation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, why would you want to buy a $300 knife and beat the crap out of it? So I started YouTubing. So I went on there, guys were like shoving this into wood and like batoning with it or nailing it in. And I'm just like, when are you gonna nail this into something? So, so I was like, you know what? Let me just show everybody your everyday task. Yes, it doesn't show you that it's how the coating holds up and stuff like that, but at the same time, your average person, you're gonna cut paper, you're gonna cut plastic, you're gonna cut zip ties, you're gonna cut cardboard. You're never gonna cut like a sheet of metal.
you're not gonna stab a car hood.
Yeah, you're never gonna stab a car hood. Like, okay, for OTFs, understand that kind of shows you kind of the mechanism, how strong the lock is. But really, when are you going to stab this through a robot? It's not year 3000.
No,
so,
not John Wick. Yeah.
Oh, John Wick. John Wick 4 is coming up, isn't it? Pretty soon?
I think so.
Yeah. How do you feel about Matrix?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it yet? Oh,
nope,
man.
Do
you have HBO Max?
I think I do. Yeah, I should be able to watch it if it's on there.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. I think only for another couple of weeks, so we gotta jump.
I know, like the original Matrix when it came out, that was like my jam. That was like the coolest thing that I've ever seen when that came out.
So when that came out, I was 9.
Right.
And that got me into science fiction because growing up, my dad wasn't supposed to do this, but I was watching like Aliens with him when they came out, and I still remember having nightmares of aliens. Like I remember like waking up because I thought one of the big aliens was trying to get me and chase me and stuff like that. But, besides being traumatized, I started to like science fiction and got me into, the Matrix and stuff like that. And science fiction actually has to do a lot with knives. Have you seen Lost in Space?
I started watching it. I'm probably like 6 episodes in. It's definitely it's a really cool, especially graphically, it's cool to watch.
Yeah. So check this out. Every time you see them pull a knife, they're all M16s, CRT M16s. It's all because you see when they flick it out, you just see this,
right?
And then immediately
it's
you
very distinguishable knife for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like I missed somebody. Oh, Blame Dexter is here. How you doing, Blame Dexter?
Kit Carson actually died this year, I think. And he was the designer.
Was it the past year?
Was it last year?
Now. Might have been. I know Mel Purdue did just pass away recently, so that's a big hit to the knife industry for sure.
He really
was a great designer. Brazilian was one of my favorites. There was one from Benchmade too that was pretty much in my mind the first bug out because it was a very thin blade. It was also designed by Mel Purdue. I think it was called the Purdue. like 5'1" or something. Zach, you might help me on this one. You probably know this one better than me.
I have a picture of the knife in my head. I've seen it before. I don't know the name of it, but
it's
I
like
know.
a tapered handle. It has kind of like a nice silhouette, like just silhouette,
Yeah.
and kind of like that dagger. Yeah, exactly. Dad joke, no I'm kidding. That nice silhouette and a nice thin blade, but yeah, like it's crazy how impactful everybody was in this industry. Like the Kit Carson flipper is probably my all-time favorite, and this is the reason I love flipper knives so much is because of his designs. And I even told my wife he has probably inspired a lot of my knife designs just because how simple it is. Yet
Right.
you can tell what it is, but it's still simple. Just like mine, it's pretty. It's okay, cool. That's a very unique tonsil, but at the same time,
Right.
very simple handle.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy about
Nice
it.
and neutral. It gives you lots of positions
Yep.
to be able to grab it on. You're not forced into one's position, which is
100%. So, is My Bad Adventures going to send you this to check out? Because I was going to send you one.
He did, yeah. Well, he says he's going to send me one. I'm not sure exactly when, but he said it a couple times here in the chat. So I mean, he sends me. Look, I have a lot of people that send me stuff. Shield Arms, dude. Shield Arms is one of my best buds. He sends me so many knives to check out. People like him, people like Timbo, people like My Bad. Those are the type of people that really make my channel possible. Like I said, man, because I'm getting my hands on a lot of knives that I either couldn't afford, or just like I said, don't have the money to buy, outright. So big supporters, big time. I appreciate it.
The community as a whole is just filled with supportive people. It's amazing how when I first started doing like the channel and the knives and going to Blade Show and stuff like that. You'll see this year when you go to Blade Show with us. It's gonna be a blast. But
yeah, dude, I can't
everybody
wait.
is so welcoming and just wants to help, wants to give some pointers, advice, stuff like that, which kind of blew my mind because I've been in the car industry, I've been in the cigar industry, liquor and stuff like that, and everybody's so competitive. Like there's so much money to go around, you kind of don't have to be that competitive. Like it's cool to be like kind of like locker room talk, like I had more sales than you, or I got the most popular knife and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's a huge market. There's plenty for everybody. Why not be friends and have fun doing it? Life is too short. You gotta have fun, kind of thing. So
I can agree with that. I think also the other cool thing about the knife community, what makes it kind of unique, is that there's so many different niches for people to fall into. Like you have your flipper crowd, you have your automatic crowd, you have your OTF crowd, you got the fixed blades, like bushcraft, this and that. You have just never ending. There you go, baby. Yeah.
I know this fits a niche pretty well. I know you were excited to see this guy. So
I am.
It'll be sent out to you soon. I got I got to get more to send out to everybody because everybody wants to see it so badly. Yeah, but this is a monster. So the Kodiak, this is still on pre-order as well, guys. Just to let everybody know the updates, there's gonna be 2 sets of jimping. So right now there's just the one. There'll be a second set up here.
Right.
And then the bear will be a little bit smaller. I don't like billboarding, but at the same time, you kind of got to know whose knife it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the handle, the screws will be more centered, and they won't, impede the grooves like that. Like this is a really hot spot here, so it'll be right in the middle, and won't give you that little hot spot. Because besides that, just the normal grooves, it's actually not very painful at all. It's a very nice grip, even though it still gives you smooth contours. And
that's a beautiful knife.
You're gonna love this sheath because this is collab with Stroop Knives out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. He is a very innovative dude. So the entire time you draw this out, it's still retained by the sheath.
That's
you see
awesome.
That? Like not until the blade leaves. So that's actually perfect for a knife this big because you don't want things falling on your toes or anything like
that. That's right.
Oh man.
You know what I was going to say, man? Billboarding is usually a big no-no, right, in our community. But that bear logo, dude, stick that bear wherever you want, dude. I love that thing, dude. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I love Ted. That thing's great.
We're gonna have some cool stickers. You'll be the first one to see it at Blade Show because we'll just start. We're gonna have a party house. Come join.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh, I just want. Hey Zach, are you? So did you find out if you're sick because you say you're quarantined? Did you find out if you got something from Shout Show or not?
No, you got the vid, bro.
I don't know what happened, but there was an incident that he probably got something.
Ah,
What did Blaine Dutch say here? So he said the Grizzler kind of made me want to go and get in Flippin' Edge. Sometimes Flippin' Edge can be really annoying, and you have to worry about the whole life. Yeah, that's true. So just like any item out there where from a screwdriver is very simple, never breaks, and then you have your screw gun. You have a folder and a fixed blade. This is no frills. You pull this out of the sheath, you're good to go, ready to rock. This guy, you can get caught up on something, or it doesn't deploy all the way, or there's a lock stick, or the pivot screw you didn't lock tight enough and pop out. 100%. Like this is just kind of like anything out there. Pump action versus automatic shotgun.
Right.
Yep. So 100% on that.
Another thing to be said for that too is like, the ease of use, dude. If you carry one of those on your belt, just being able to pull it out and use it and then put it back in, it can be a lot quicker sometimes than a folder. I mean, a lot of us are pretty good with our folders. I know we play with them a lot, but sometimes the ease of use with the fixed blade is just second to none.
So got it as in it is COVID, or did you just get the flu or something like that? or you're referring to another comment that I didn't see.
I hope you don't have
my favorite. Yep, same here.
Nice, Gene. Caleb.
Except I used to live in Florida, so you can carry a machete into Walmart and people won't do anything. You carry this little baby into like Meyer up here at the grocery store, and then people are like, ah!
Right. I'm lucky to live here in North Carolina, where pretty much anything goes within reason. You know what I mean? I used to live in New York, and New York is like a big no-no state. It's even the restrictions in New York for pocket knives have even gotten harsher over the past 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people can't even get simple folding knives from Amazon sent to their house because they just fall under some category that you just can't have them. So, wow, feel bad for those people living in restricted states.
Dang, Zach. Well, keep me updated. Yeah, keep me updated. I had it already too, and apparently I got one of the gnarly versions of it because, funny story. It's kind of funny, but it was actually in my mind it was not funny. So I woke up. I had night sweats. This is before I knew it was COVID. I thought it was the flu. I thought I have my wisdom teeth still in, and this one is sometimes gets infected. So I thought I had a high fever from the infection. So I still quarantined myself from my kids and my wife and stuff like that. But I didn't think it was COVID. So one morning I woke up, I had night sweats. I was like, I got to change my shirt. You know what? I got to use the bathroom too. Go to the bathroom. Staying there, all of a sudden, cold sweat, just dripping cold. I went ice cold. And then I was like, what the heck's going on? So I started trying to reach for, towel and stuff. Then all of a sudden I couldn't move my arms. Like my arms didn't work. I was just like, oh, great. Now I'm like trying to open the door. I walked to my wife was sleeping. I was like, hey, there's something wrong. I can't move my arms.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
Oh
no. Horrible. And then half hour later, I'm like, I got to go to the ER. I got to get checked out. And then it turns out it was COVID. I tested positive for COVID. So I literally watched movies for the next 2 weeks straight, and they kind of like passed food through the window for me.
Yeah, I couldn't see that being any fun. I had a couple like scares, so to speak, this year where I thought I had it. I took the test and I was negative, so just a flu. Thank goodness.
Good. Definitely good. Nice fast. Howdy, sir. I didn't say what's up again.
Nice fast. What up?
Cool. All right, just again, everybody know, you guys want to still get a Kermo before the pre-orders are done this weekend, the 29th. They're $25 off right now on the website during the live stream only. After the live stream ends at 8:30, they will go back to their normal price. So the Maple Burr, the sexy one, will be, instead of $285, only be $260, and then the polished Mike Carter with the red back line, the red liner, will only be $250 and not $275. So if you don't know, I'll put the website real quick in here: www.tacticaleverydaydad.com. Just gotta make sure I spell that right. So you guys can go grab one for a discount of $25 off either variant of Magna Cut handmade knife here in Sheboygan, Michigan, until 8:30. So you guys got about 40 minutes left before it goes back to normal pricing. So,
if I'm not mistaken, that knife has a convex grind on it, right?
yes. So the cool thing is, Daniel, when he first started making knives, let me just zoom in here again, is a huge fan of Bark River knives, and he kind of used that to get into his hobby of making knives, and then it became a business. So what he has done is it's a full flat, the entire blade, and then once you get to the actual edge, it's a convex. So the way that works is it's still sharp, but it has kind of like a plane where I would say it protects the edge. And as you cut, Peter can attest to this, as you cut, it actually seems to get sharper because as you cut material, it eats away at the convex and it starts to kind of makes it even more sharper as the edge is used. And, marry that with Magna Cut, ooh, you got a slicer and a steel that's going to keep that edge for a very, very long time, especially out in the backcountry if you're backpacking, camping, hunting. You don't have to actually field sharpen this at all, if ever, depending how much you actually use it, because some folks don't really use their knives, but others do. And then just so you guys know, the Kermode with the maple comes with the leather sheath. The leather sheaths will be a 3/4 instead of the full. So yours will be a little bit shorter.
Yep.
Just so it's easier to, we put the paracord there so you can pull it out, but you'll be actually able to grab it easier with the actual, I wouldn't call it production ones, but the ones that are made to order for you guys.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. A convex grind, there's a lot to be said for a convex grind. I mean, Bark River, Mike Stewart, he I've watched old videos of him talking about, exactly what you just said. When you have a little bit of strength behind that edge, it helps to retain the edge even longer, right? So I think that's really cool. That's initially one of the things that drew me to that particular knife was that nice, beautiful convex grind.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah. And that was actually a point that Daniel was talking about. He's like, with an outdoor knife, definitely go convex, and he specializes in that because at first I just wanted a full flat on this one, but with a full flat, when you're batoning or you're feather sticking, you're gonna nick that and chip it somehow just because it's such a fine edge. And definitely, and I just want to say hi to Evan. Thank you for joining us, sir. He's in here. Evan, if you already didn't, subscribe to Salty Redcorn's channel as Brothers of the Knives, please do.
Brothers of the Knives.
Up and coming channel. He does a no frills, straightforward review of knives, and I do enjoy his channel. And then I just want to show everybody here on the front too. So that is actually kind of a chisel grind. So you can use it when you're doing your renovation stuff, you can use it to kind of, if you accidentally put the tile down wrong, you can put it there and pry it if you want. People say don't pry, but with fixed blades, prying is not really an issue because it is a full tang. You're not going to break much unless you have some kind of heat treat that's just horrible.
Yeah, crazy Rockwell hardness or something like that. I mean, it's usually not an issue. So
definitely. But so, some folks have asked me why I chose to do a compound on this one.
I love that.
It's, this is supposed to be a bushcraft knife, but it's a compound grind. So
right.
Halfway down, it's just blade. There's no stock to it. The reason behind that is all my knives, I try to make it multifunctional. So if you're going to go and food prep and baton and stuff with this guy, you're going to go home too and use it to chop, your carrots and your celery and stuff like that. With the way that Chris Stroop did this hollow grind, this is actually a very strong one. In my video, I actually was chopping the branch. I don't remember you remember me doing the testing. All the fixed plates, I kind of up the ante a little bit. I do harder plastics and wood chopping and stuff like that too, just to kind of give an idea. So the hollow here and then the front's a flat grind, and as you saw in the paracord, it still did very nice fine cuts pretty easily. So hopefully everybody can kind of enjoy that. Whomever pre-orders one of these guys will get to see that.
I think with the shape of that knife in particular, how the front edge of it is so broad, you could baton with the front of that knife too. Like you
100%.
could baton right on the front of it and not even hit that hollow grind, to be honest.
The thickness is nearly almost to the tip.
Right.
So it's a very stout blade, a very heavy duty blade. I almost dropped it on my keyboard here.
Yeah. I really like that one. I'm personally a big fan of compound grinds, dude. I think that
I am too. It's very versatile.
Yeah, they also look cool too. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. So when I first got into knives, I didn't know what the hell this was, but look, it's also a compound hollow grind.
Right.
And this is what, $50?
Yeah, man.
Oh man. So speaking of knives and parenting and stuff like that, how have you seen? Okay, let me start back again. So with your kids going back to school and stuff after the whole COVID incident and stuff like that, how do you feel that today's kids are being affected by mainstream social media? Do your kids come back with different slangs all the time? Do your kids come back with different ideas in their heads? You're just like, hell no. What are you doing? That's a no.
Not necessarily. My kids are still really young, and as far as social media, they don't have any light into that. The only thing my kids know is Salty Redcorn does videos on YouTube. We try to keep them away from any kind of computers or devices. I mean, I know it's part of the whole game. My kids have a tablet and they love to play the tablet, but we try and just kind of keep that stuff out of there. That was one of the biggest things of me moving out to the country was that, we wanted to kind of separate ourselves from that ultra modern lifestyle and just kind of give our kids a chance to, learn how to just do this kind of stuff that kids can do, like outdoor stuff. I know I have 10 acres and, we do a lot of stuff. We have fires. We do all that kind of stuff, man. I'm just trying to teach my kids that kind of thing and kind of keep that whole mainstream, media stuff just out of their life as long as I possibly can. You know what I mean? But that's definitely something that is an issue though nowadays because, there's so much divisiveness. There's so much, left and right here on the news and, that's something that, goes on in schools too. So I think it's really important to keep, instill your personal values into your children as well, or at least give them kind of your understanding and view. So.
Yeah, I'm the same way, but sadly, my 2-year-old, well, he'll be 3 soon. My wife keeps texting me to correct me. Has his own iPad already.
Right.
But luckily, we've gotten to the point where we kind of filter what he watches. He'll go on YouTube and accidentally hit the wrong link or get these stupid dancing videos that.
Oh God, I know them.
I feel like these dancing TikTok videos is just draining our population. It's stupid. There's more other things to worry about than dancing. But what we've been doing is he's been watching educational videos, your ABCs, your colors and stuff like that. So he's getting to the part where he knows how to recite his ABCs already, and he's almost 3, so that's a good thing. I don't know if kids really are proficient in that. But yeah, we've been kind of filtering it. I do blame my mom for giving me an iPad. Thanks, Mom. Not cool. I
know all too well. Yep.
Grandmothers always spoiling their kids. The first time I got a device was what? Freshman year of high school, and it was only 8 minutes per day to call them to pick you up from school.
Right.
You remember that?
Right.
And you only text your friends after 9 o'clock at night because it costs $10 a text or something like that. Crazy.
Dude, I think one of my first phones was the old school brick Nokia, dude. What were you gonna play on that? Snake? You know what I mean? It just didn't exist when I was younger.
Right. Just a little teaser, everybody. So we probably have another half hour here before news comes on, so we're going to chat a little bit more. But I just wanted to kind of give a sneak peek. We got some cool giveaways later. Since I am part of Team Damn Designs, I have a few cool Damn Designs that you cannot get yet. That'll be part of the giveaway. So hang tight with us for a little bit longer. Sorry if I'm boring you, but Salty Redcorn, I have never gotten really time to chat, and it's kind of cool to actually chat with you finally.
Yeah, man.
We always talk on Instagram and stuff like that, but we always catch each other it's either really late at night or really early in the morning, but during the daytime, you're working, I'm working.
Yeah.
Like so you work way more than me. I work from home, so it's different than you actually having to
work is work, dude. Work is work.
For sure. Well, hey, David, I didn't catch you. How are you doing this evening? Thank you for joining us.
David, what's up?
So what's going into Blade Show and seeing a couple of the new stuff coming out? Is there anything you're looking for at Blade Show? When we head over there in June.
Oh,
Right?
man.
Loaded question.
Oh man. So yeah. What am I not looking for at Blade Show? I mean, I'm really curious. I'm really excited to see the what Tactical Everyday Dad has planned for Blade Show. That's one of my biggest things. I want to see what some of these sprints are going to be and some of the special Blade Show specials. I'm super interested in that. Other than that, I mean, I would love to go check out Spyderco. I'd love to see what they got going on. Obviously they're like one of my favorite companies that really kind of got me like heavy into knives and more involved in knives with blade steels and all this different stuff. So that's a hard question, dude. I'm probably going to be like a kid in a candy store or a bull in a china shop, like whatever it's going to be. I'm going to be all over that place. I'm just mostly excited to meet people and talk to people that have share similar interests like we do, right? That's probably going to be my biggest thing, man. I just want to meet people and kind of introduce myself and just talk about what I love to do. I love knives, man. I mean,
100%. Hey, last year when I was at the first day, it was my first show too, and I was like a kid in the candy shop, like you said. I literally did so many laps the first time. I probably had like 22,000, 29,000 steps on my my watch after the day. And Spyderco, no matter what time or what day of the show, that booth was always surrounded by people. They had a cool thing where they had like seconds or like defected ones. Like they had the Maximate pair of threes that had like a small nick here or some milling wasn't done correctly. It was like buku cheap at the show. So
I have one of those Spyderco. I have the Maximate pair of 3 second, and I have a Maximate pair of military 2 second.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, I picked them up for cheap on the Christmas day. You know what? Spyderco is just hands down one of the most popular brands. I think people probably think about Benchmade first, then Spyderco. It's usually a battle between those two for like the most popular, at least to incoming people that are incoming into the hobby. They're either like, hey, I really want to try like a high-end knife, like a Benchmade or a Spyderco. I think initially like people that I see Spyderco as like a performance-oriented knife company. And I personally, I aesthetically am attracted. I'm attracted aesthetically to their, aesthetics or whatever. I'm attracted to their blade shapes. I really like the whole. Some people will just say, "Hey, Spydercos are really weird looking knives," and I can agree. There's definitely some weird knives out there, but the performance just it's there. Like holding this Native Chief in hand. I mean, it feels like an extension of my body. I just love that. And I love the performance aspect. I just think that they've been honing their craft for a long time. So Spyderco. And that's why I think that their booth is always so jam-packed. Plus, they really know how to market, right? I mean,
absolutely.
They've been selling us the same designs for the past 20 years.
Different steel, different
blade steel and the G10. Yeah. So.
Well, that's what kind of inspired my sprint runs. It's not to kind of copy Spyderco, but it's kind of to help please the consumer because this is an S45 VN, the first sprint run, but not everybody's a fan of S45 VN. Right. Everybody's not a fan of CPM steels, powder steels. So if somebody wants a high carbon or like a tool steel, like a 3V or a D2 or crew wear and stuff like that, I will sooner or later put those out, just so you're not stuck with the one variant. Like some brands like, the blade's cool, but the color sucks, or the color's sweet, but I hate the blade steel, and you're stuck with it. But this one, sooner or later, I'm going to come out with one that's going to fit your taste. So hopefully, I can make enough for everybody who wants one. And then I want to get back to this. Just Gene and Kelly said, Kayla, I'm sorry, Kayla, the world is crazy. Keep your kids close. That's 100% true.
100%. That is
Like
hands down.
Here in Detroit area and Michigan area, it's so close to Canadian border. There is a lot of like human trafficking going on, and kids are always, you have to keep them close because somebody can just snatch your child up, and the border is right there. The border is literally right there. They're gone, and that's the crazy part. The world is insane. The world is
wild.
It's just crazy.
Wild out there. Like
growing up, I feel sheltered because I didn't know too much, and then all of a sudden, as an adult, you're like, "There's a danger. That's a danger. This is the danger to your children. That's another danger."
Right.
So my soon-to-be 3-year-old will be going into Taekwondo, and then I'm Thai, so sooner or later, myself and my father for sure is going to want him to train Muay Thai.
Nice.
So the mixture of those two, I hope he's not going to be an MMA fighter because they don't have a long career. You get injuries pretty quick. You can bust some shins, or God forbid, like a spinal injury to that one, poor fighter that had that happen to him.
Right.
But yeah, I want him to be able to defend himself. I want him to know how to use a knife properly. A knife is a tool, 100%. Yeah, but 100%. A tool can be used for other things too. If he knows how to use it properly, if he actually needs to use it to cut a box or, God forbid, something else, he can. So that's why I kind of started the channel too for the Tactical Rated Dad. I had a lot of friends who were popping kids out like they were machines. like right. They just put a quarter in and like a baby was coming out. So with knives, you have knives, but then you have children who have to take care of too. With the knives, I want to kind of help people pinpoint down, like yourself too. You want to give a no frills. This is what Ultra Tech is. This is what it does. If you don't like it, then move on to the next knife. Don't waste your time on it. But if you want it, then here's a video. Check it out, and go on in. And if I didn't catch anybody, that jumped in, this is Salty Redcorn of the Brothers of the Knives channel. He is an upcoming, really cool, laid back, and straightforward knife reviewer. If you haven't subbed to his channel yet, please do. I'm going to link one of his videos. Head on over there.
Thank you.
Watch this video or watch a different video to the entirety of it, so the algorithms catch it. You saw his video, and then hit the subscribe button to help him gain a little bit more subscribers.
Gene and Kayla, that's a really good point. I feel you. Yeah. So I'm a helicopter dad. I grew up, with poor parent, I didn't have the best influences around me, so to speak. I've seen a lot of things in my life. I've been exposed to a lot of really bad stuff as a child. And I didn't have a dad growing up. And so I am a helicopter dad. That's just, my thing. I want to make sure my kids are safe at all times.
Definitely.
That's a big part of being a tactical dad, man, is being a protector, making sure that everybody's safe, everybody's taken care of, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and just kind of guide these kids. Because, that's the most you can do is just guide your kids. They already are who they are from the day that they're born. And I truly believe that. And you just got to steer them through life and just be there for them. I think that's probably the most important thing, because like she said before, this is a really weird world we're living in. And yeah.
Oh, definitely. Like you hit that right on the head, because as a tactical parent, you got to plan for every situation. It could be something as innocent as a bike ride. When I first started the channel and started the Instagram, it was in the summertime, and I used to take, at the time he was only like just brand new too, because his birthday's in February. We were just going down the street on his little tricycle that has the training wheel still, but you would just feet pedal, not an actual pedal.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's about Michigan and pit bulls, but everybody has a pit bull or a pit bull variant. And I'm not saying pit bull as in a negative thing. A pit bull is actually not even a real type of dog. A pit bull is actually a classification of a lot of different breeds. Yeah. And I actually love different kind of bully breeds. They're awesome dogs. They're actually known as nanny dogs in England. They're actually one of the most protective kind of dogs there is for children. They're more protective than German Shepherds, Malinois, Doberman Pinschers, like any of those protection dogs you think are good at protecting. They're actually not compared to a pity or a bully kind of breed. those things will sacrifice their own life for your children.
Right.
But there's so many, dogs here that are aggressive because, of course, everybody knows Detroit's not the safest and not the nicest area. So there's a lot of dog fights and stuff going on, and there's a lot of strays all the time of these, and of course, they'll get mixed with other dogs. And the Humane Society and animal shelters are really good and get dogs adopted. However, all these dogs are damaged. So we were riding down. Well, he was riding. I was running behind and jogging. And the first thing I saw out of the third house was this big, massive dog running down the driveway.
No.
And I was like, no. So first thing that I did was grab the kid, push him out of the way, and then this came out. Again, OTF, one-handed actuation. This is because one, that dog is probably 100 pounds with fangs. I'm not going to be able to stop him with these.
Right.
I'm going to need something a little bit more. I'm not saying to do that as a first option, but when you see 100 pounds of fangs coming at you, mentally as a tactical father,
coming at your kid.
Exactly. Not even me. I don't care. Bite me. Please bite me, because I love dogs. I don't want to hurt a dog ever. But if that dog even scratches my son, it is the end of it. But the dog came running out, but I literally, this was behind me though. I didn't want to put it right in the dog's face, but this was right behind me. And my son was over here, and I literally stepped in front of the dog. Luckily enough, the dog stopped because the owner saw what was going on and said stop. So he stopped. But there was another situation. The same summer, I was walking my brand new dog that I actually got from the Humane Society. 3 pit bulls came out running and attacked my own dog.
Oof.
So yeah, luckily I got her out of the way and just kind of kicked the other 3 out because it wasn't their fault. The gate was open. They felt like she was, entering their territory. So of course, a dog's going to defend their territory, no matter what kind of dog. It's their territory. So I understand. I didn't go to excessive force, but still, you have to be mindful of your surroundings. You go to the grocery store, that creepy guy standing at the door, there's a reason he's standing there, because he's trying to spot kids. Or you go to the movie theater, you see you just gotta be mindful of what's going on in the world. And stuff like that. So
being aware and being self-aware is a big thing,
Yeah, check that out. We love Salty Redcorn.
Hey, that's my wife.
Yeah.
What's up? That's Miss Redcorn right there. That's awesome. I didn't know they were watching. That's great.
No comment on this one.
Yeah.
we won't get into that one.
No. You're right. Yeah. So we have one of those pit bulls at home. We have one of those nanny dogs. Her name is Memphis. She is a sweetheart. We got her. She was about 3 years old. We got her from somebody who couldn't really, take care of her anymore. And she is so protective of the kids, and she sleeps in their room at the foots of their bed. She's such a baby that it's even annoying sometimes. She thinks that she's another child, and, she just wants to be loved. She wants to be picked up. She wants to be held and hugged and cuddled and snuggled and kissed and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's really with dogs, and it's really about how they are raised themselves. You know what I mean?
Like children.
Just like a child. You know what I mean? If you raise them right, they're going to be good dogs. You know what I mean? Dogs is a hard one because each one varies. Just like people, I guess. But.
Yeah, so I did not know this until I really got into dog research. German Shepherds have more bites per person incidents than any other dog. Yeah. And those are police and working dogs, and then they're taught to us in society to be like the nicest protection dogs, but they're actually the ones that bite the most compared to
that's true.
Any other breed there is. So
I had a German Shepherd when I was younger. I had an all black German Shepherd. He was like 125 pounds, dude, big dog. He was super nice, but he would jump on people a lot. He was hard to control. Those are one of those dogs where they're like a very dominant breed, right?
Yes. Yep.
And you have to actually be dominant over the dog. So it's kind of like they follow that pack mentality. So, it takes a certain type of personality, I think, to properly train those types of dogs, man. So those can be tough. That can be really tough. They're really cool dogs, though.
Oh, no, I do love them because we actually adopted one, but we sadly had to give her up because my wife was pregnant with our second child.
Right.
And she wasn't aggressive. It's just she was growing. We got her from a puppy, and she was growing. She kept getting bigger,
Yeah.
but then kept thinking she was a puppy.
Yeah.
So she kept, like hitting my wife down, and my wife's only 5 foot. She weighs like 110 pounds or something,
Right.
and it's a 100-pound dog, like wanting a hug and like jumping up on her and stuff. And being pregnant, she was like, "No, this is a safety thing now. Like I love her, but we gotta get rid of her." So we had to get rid of our. She was an American bully, so she was pretty cool, pure breed, with like the patch in the front, and then the brindle. She was a beautiful dog.
Right.
But things happen, and then you're right. She's gonna kill me after this. the forbidden knife cut story. I know. It's okay though.
Yeah, man.
All right, so there's only 15 minutes left in our show because I don't want to cut into Neves. But again, if you guys want a Cur mode, right now they're $25 off until 8:30 Eastern time. I know you're very excited. So update on these. It's going to end this Saturday, but Salty, you're one of the first ones to get them. These will be shipping out middle of March instead of May that I told you. It will actually be shipping out middle of March. We wanted to kind of under promise, but over, just
deliver
get it out. Exactly. It was stuck in my tip of my tongue. Thank you. But yeah, if anybody wants the maple one, there are $260 right now, not $285. And then my cutters are only $250, not $275. So if you do, please, there's only 14 more minutes. Go over there to the website, tacticalreadydead.com. Let me put that in the comments here. And go grab yourself one.
Those maple burl ones are just so beautiful to me, man. I love to see those. I like to see that material. I really think that that's cool. I know it's not the most tactical material, but when I saw that knife for the first time, I thought that's a knife that I could pass down. That's an heirloom piece right there. That's a really good piece. It's going to probably be beautiful forever, especially with Magna Cut steel. And, that's just something I'd be able to pass down to my kids.
And the teddy bear.
Yeah, and the teddy bear. Yeah, exactly.
No, thank you. That's your words are greatly appreciated because if any designer can contest this, KC of Knives Fast making his Mach 51, we always are hesitant to see if anybody would actually like this. Of course, you're gonna love this because it's your baby, but you are always afraid somebody's not gonna like it. But I've gotten such great feedback from all 3 knives that I'm very thankful for everybody that loves them. Like I know Stacy loves the Kodiak, and then Peter is a fan of the Kodiak and the Cur mode, and I know you love the Cur mode too.
Big time.
They're just it's very appreciated. Everybody's Lonely Stacker, yes. News is at 8:30. He'll be up pretty soon. So let's
oh, look, Mrs. Redcorn says you better get 2 for your boys plus 1 for mommy.
Hey, $25 off. Mrs. Redcorn, go for it.
Go to the site, Mrs. Redcorn.
There's only like 4 or 5 left. So after those, there's no more maple burrow ever.
Right.
We're not doing maple burrow ever again in this knife.
Right.
But little teaser, we are doing kitchen knives coming up, and we'll have maple burrow in the kitchen knives for sure. Look at that. All right. Well, thank you everybody for kind of hanging with us. So as a thank you for spending time with Salty Redcorn and myself, it is giveaway time.
Yeah.
So Salty, if you can go in the private chat, I'm gonna put the range. I'm gonna have you pick a number and just leave it in the private chat for me.
Private chat.
Yep. Right. It's gonna be right there on the side there. So let's see. Let's do the range. Let's do that. And go ahead and just pick a number there while I show the good people of our live stream here what they will win.
All right.
So we got 2 fancy. Let me get this up a little bit more here so they can see everything. Let me get this. So we're going to get 2 fancy Dam Design items sealed as you see here, but I'm going to show you what they are. You're going to get a Glow Weave Tombstone. This guy glows in the dark once it's charged. I can't show you now because if I turn it off, you can see it's kind of bluish once you charge it. So it's a nice carbon fiber front with the Glow Weave back. Pop this out. You have a nice bottle opener and a cigar holder there for you guys. Wink, wink.
Oh,
held
that's
together
neat.
held together by magnets. And as you see, you just pop it off, and then you can use that to hold your cigar or whatever you need to use it for. Snaps right back in place, just like so. That's one of the Dan Design items we got for you. And then also you have one of the new Oasis. So you cannot even get one of these yet because we just fulfilled the pre-orders, but we have a handful left. This is full block of titanium for you. So you have a nice spinner here. It's a fidget toy. And then you have a little clicker. You can hear the nice click, click, click right there. And then this back panel is actually a magnetic back. It's actually a slider. So it's magnet, so you can go from side to side or up and down. Sorry, my big hands get in the way here from showing you guys. But you kind of get the idea. And then it's a worry stone. It's nice. It's full titanium, but it's nicely shaped. So you can kind of just, play with it as like a stone in your hand. So you get one of these guys. And then you're going to get a CRJB knife. This one, I believe, is the Feldspar. Yes, it is. Jade. So you guys can dye it if you don't want this color. And I believe this one, yep. This one is D2 for you. So it's the mini Feldspar, not the full size. Keep carry pocket clip, JG10. And then what you'll also get is one of my sticker packs with the 5 stickers. Let me show you that too. And let me tell you about the waffle that's going on as well if you get a sticker pack. And with the sticker pack that you get for the giveaway here, you're going to get an entry into the waffle as well. So you get the bear. You get the bear with the American flag, official holographic logo, green and red logo, and then, of course, the fan favorite, the Tank Commander, Ted Jr. So besides from the giveaway, if you go on the website now as well until February 21st, and you purchase the sticker pack for $10 plus shipping, you're entered into a a raffle waffle. You get a Runt 5, you get an RMJ Tactical Fixed Blade, you get a Wesson All-Man S35VN with titanium body and clip. You get a Wesson titanium clip. A whole bunch of other goodies as well, just for $10 and shipping. And then that's going to be until February 21st. February 21st, we'll do another live stream and also have the drawing that night. But again, for this giveaway, you get the Oasis by Dan Designs, the Glow Weave tight carbon fiber tombstone, and the CJRB Feldspar. Let me see what number my good guess here. Oh, right. That's a good. Oh, sir, the range is 600 to 700.
Oh,
You're killing me. But all right.
hold on here.
All right, guys. So range is 600 to 700. I'm going to let Salty here put his number in, but you guys are welcome to start guessing away now. And hello, Hollywood Tactical. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Yes, live
Hollywood,
giveaway.
what up?
Just to recap again for the giveaway, the range is 600 to 700. You get, let me just zoom in real quick again. You get the Dan Designs Tombstone in Glow Weave and carbon fiber. The whole thing glows, even the carbon fiber does. You see your nice cigar holder, bottle opener, magnetically closes. Let me see if we can get the detail there. It's like a little tombstone RIP with an angel skull head. You also get the 4-in-1 fidget toy by Dan Designs called the Oasis. So it's a magnetic slider, a spinner, and a clicker. You can't even get this guy yet unless you pre-ordered one. These are still not on sale yet, but they will be soon. So you'll be one of the first to get one of these guys. And then a CJRB Feldspar Mini in D2 with jade micarta and kind of like a bronze gold detailing. And also a sticker pack will be included for you, as well as a entry into the giant waffle. So free of charge for the winner with your winnings is an entry into the waffle, which gets you the Protect Runt 5, Reverse Tonto 20 CV, RMG Tactical Fixed Blade, Western Allman, Blacked Out S35 VN, and the titanium clip and a bunch of little goodies. So let's see everybody's guess here. Salty, I'll probably give him like one more minute here.
All right, yeah, let it roll.
I'll have you look in here with me. And then if any of my moderators are still in here with me, please help me out too. All right, nice. Very good number. Very good number.
Yeah, figured to spice it up.
All right, so we're going to throw a stop up there. Boom. All right, so let's check it out. Let's see who got the closest to our number here. Let's see. Did you find anybody in there?
I'm looking through there.
So my rules are the closest, over or under, doesn't matter. I know some guys it has to be under, but if you go over by a few, it's not a big deal. Let's see here. Oh, one's very close. Did you see that one already? So guys, the winning number is, let's see, 659. So we're going to still go through the comments here and see it's 659 is the winning number.
Looks like I see. Yeah, I see one pretty close there.
I think that's the only one that's the closest, right?
I see 666 and 655. Whatever, which one's closer?
655 be closer by only 4.
All right.
There's our winner right there.
Yeah, man. Congratulations, Delilah Rose.
Please email me at info@tacticaleverydaydad.com. I'll put it down here in the chat.
That was an awesome score, Delilah. Awesome win. Congratulations. That's
Congratulations.
Fantastic.
Congrats. And you get the nice prize, but you also get a free entry into the giveaway. So that's, well, again, will be drawn on February 21st. So you guys have some time to grab a $10 prize, $10 sticker pack if you haven't yet. And then we have 3 more minutes before 8:30. So if you still want a Kermode pre-order, $25 off right now. Maple Burrow will only be $260, and the Micarta is only $250. So please, if you want one, go grab one. Yeah, congratulations. Hell yeah.
That's fantastic. Fantastic.
You're very welcome. Yep, please definitely shoot me an email. I put it there in the comment for you at info@tacticaleverydaydad.com, and I will get it out for you tomorrow because I do all the shipping for Damn Designs anyway. So I'll just add it into the mail pickup for all the mail. So yours will head out tomorrow with all the other stuff that's going out. So
that's awesome.
Sure. Yep.
So if I could, I'd like to mention my 500 sub giveaway.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, that's coming up real soon. I'm in like the 650, 54. I'm getting close. I'm 450. I'm getting close to 500. Once I get 500, I've got some cool stuff I'm going to give away. Smoky Mountain Knife Works donated a sticker pack to me. Nice. I got some stuff coming from Axial Gear, some different shirts and hats and stickers and stuff like that. Shield Arms, definitely go give Shield Arms a follow. He donated an artisan cutlery tradition in the Burgundy Micarta, the Smoky Mountain Knife Works. It's brand new in the box. We're going to be giving that away. And I'm definitely going to spice it up with some more stuff. I want to get a sticker pack from you and throw that in the mix.
Let me do this for you. When's your giveaway?
It's going to be as soon as I hit 500, so I'm getting close. Okay.
So hopefully soon. But
yeah, hopefully in the next week or two.
What we'll do is I'll throw these in for you for giveaway. You'll get a Ted Bear and a sticker pack, sir.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Salty will have a tactical everyday dad bear.
That's fantastic.
Hand crocheted by Mrs. Mallory. It's Dylan Mallory's mother, actually. Dylan Mallory's a knife.
Whoa.
Yeah, so his mother actually makes these for me by hand with love from Atlanta.
Whoa, dude, that's amazing, bro. Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely. And you get a sticker pack. And hopefully we can get you to 500
before
February 21st. So if your drawing is before February 21st, the person that gets this will also get an entry into that giveaway too. So
that's
the raffle.
fantastic, dude.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll send these out to you so you can put that into your giveaway as well. Thank you for being on the show with me tonight. I really appreciate having you on. And it was fun to actually get to chat with you.
Yeah, I feel the same way, bro. It's been like a hopscotch game trying to get me in here with my situation with the Wi-Fi and stuff, dude. But I'm super glad to be able to do this, man. And I appreciate you having me on here for sure.
Cool, absolutely. Well, thank you everybody for joining me, and thank you, Salty Redcorn. Just hang out real quick in the room after we close out here. Just quick chat with you afterwards.
For sure.
Again, guys, thank you everybody. And like I always say in my videos, take all the stuff we say as dad advice. You can listen to us, but you don't really have to. You just take it to your own accord and make your own decisions on how you want to live life. So thank you guys. Have a happy rest of your Wednesday night. Take care.
Peace.